On today's video, Lost Kingdom Season 1 action. Lost Kingdom 142 has a level 5 pass that is critical to take back. TW are about to try to take FN's level 5 pass back, and you guys are about to find out why TW are doing it and how this is gonna turn around Lost Kingdom 142. But for now, enjoy the rallies, smash a like on the video if you find it entertaining, and oh boy, this is not YouTube, welcome back to Gekko Gaming. You guys are watching right now a little bit of battlefield, open field combat while we set you guys up with the story. TW are about to attempt to rally a level 5 pass to take it back from FN. Back, I mean, because you'll see in a moment, this is the leader, the guy leading the rallies, the big boy in here, and he's going up against a very well defended FN level 5 pass, which once we start zooming in, turns out was stolen from the purple guys. Let's give you guys a little bit of a map overview. You can see the zone 4s are pretty well divided to an extent. These guys right here, the purples, have control of 1.5, maybe even 2 zone 4s right here. The left one and the bottom one. Yellows are all the way on the top, and they have also the top right corner. You can see they own most of the map and all that. And they don't only own the top levels, the top, zone 6, they own the left one, and now the right one, and now they're trying to sneak their way into the left one, the bottom one, to take it away from the purples. So they snuck around, managed to take that one level 5 pass, and now purple holding onto bottom left, yellow holding on to top right, and about to dig into the bottom. Once level 5 pass is in their hands, it's pretty easy to start doing some cleanup work, to start doing some attempts to take over by dropping forts and things like that. You'll see in a moment the folks from EW, who are from the same kingdom as FN, are gonna drop a fort in the bottom zone 6. And FN is pretty much banking on the fact that that fort will get territory and they'll be able to port in there and start working their way from inside. But all they have to do to get that done is they have to hold on to this pass. Now, these are the alliances participating in this fight. It's a decent set of alliances, very good alliances, very strong leadership in there as well. And the rallies that are about to come are gonna be killer rallies. There are a couple things I want to preface before we start. First of all, these guys rallied more than twice. I'm just going to give you guys 2 of the main rallies that I recorded. One of them I kind of corrupted the footage of, but they did something cool, which I'll talk about in a moment as we look through the rallies. So 2.8 billion power on these folks. You see their leader right there, and a bunch of middle tier and tier 5 players in there. Very cool stuff. I really like seeing alliances like this, which are not the top alliances, but they also have plenty of tier 5s within them to be able to fight and things like that. These are cool alliances to spectate. And so, as a little bit of fighting is happening in the territory that belongs to FN, that they started pushing and branching into that bottom zone, there is the fort by EW. That fort was a killer for the folks in purple, because they had to decide whether they work their way to EW and get that out of the way, or take the level 5 pass and close the door ASAP. And so the rallies on the pass seem to have been the decision. I'm showing you here yet again, you know, all the territories, so you can understand how these things got to this point. And yellow, you can see really stuck right next to the wall all the way to the pass. Very fast, very efficient building straight to that flag as much as possible. And I'm sure they barely moved anyone from the green guys and all that. Just a couple flags maybe, just to make themselves some space. You can see yellow solely in control of top, giving a little bit of space for pink as well. I don't know if they're fighting it out there or not. I took a look, you know, went in, tried to see if there's fights or any indication of fights, but it looks like these guys are at peace. And so our main focus is going to be that level 5 pass, which is taking its first rally right there. That is the first rally going in. Here's the thing about these kinds of rallies. FN have a clear, bigger presence on this pass than do TW. Now, I sped up the footage at some point because We're not going to sit here and watch 15 minutes of a rally just hitting the wall. It makes no sense. So this is about 200%, 2 times the speed. But you can see clear presence from FN, which means that pass is getting reinforced over and over and over. Now I want you to also pay attention to the Julius Caesar holding that wall. He is about to change in a moment. I think that what the guys at FN did was really cool. They had an initial commander up there, which they couldn't know what they're getting hit with. So I guess they had also like a Julius Caesar, maybe a Julius Caesar, I don't know, I see a Yi Song-Ye hitting there. So it was a Julius Caesar Yi Song-Ye combination. But once they started figuring out, you know, maybe this is not the right combination to hold on to this garrison, well, to this pass. In a moment, you'll see Charles Martel taking the lead, and that was a great play. That's something that I think is very underrated. What you really want to have is you guys who have big, strong combos of commanders should have less troops in the pass, potentially like 150,000 troop of march, not 300, and have multiple of those so that you can swap between the marches and have the different commanders be the general commanders. When you have 2, maybe 3 sets of commanders that you can swap based on what's on the other side's rally, it can be super effective, and the folks from FN will notice in a moment that perhaps changing commanders is their better choice. Both sides are reinforcing both the pass and the rally. In case you don't know this, I've mentioned this plenty of times before. The HP bar, the health bar on both the rally and the pass are not reflective of anything. It's based on the total amount of troops that were in those rallies and pass, and not the current living troops. And so those can be a full rally and a full pass, but because of so many troops that have already been there, a full rally and a full pass is now that low. These guys keep reinforcing these rallies all the time. You're seeing more and more marches making their way in here. Slowly and steadily though, I'm seeing more of the TW guys disappearing, meaning going into rallies. Then I'm seeing FN folks. The FN folks keep showing up by the masses, and they were not gonna let this pass go, which I find kind of fun. I think it's really cool. And so yeah, this is how they started their take. Now, the real question was, do you focus on closing this door for them, or do you go for the EW Fortress? Which one was the better choice? If you ask me in hindsight, probably based on what I'm seeing here and based on what these guys were seeing while this rally was going on, the FN presence on the gates was massive, but the presence of EW on the battlefield was not necessarily that big. And so if these folks from TW, and there is Charles Martel right there, if these folks from TW would rally the pass to distract the guys from the FN kingdom and start with their super fast building alliance skill, hopefully they had it available, built flags towards that EW fortress, they could first of all hold all these guys by the passes, continually fixing up these passes, and once they can hit that fort, hit the fort first while it's building up, and then, or potentially even double rally, hit the fort, hit this at the same time. Try to even keep presence here to not let too many people get through the pass, but get rid of that one fortress. I think that would have potentially been a better play, especially because getting a pass away from an alliance that is as active as FN are in here right now is so hard, and it comes at such a cost that you need to have a lot more, not only presence of mind to kick people out of your alliance and bringing them back in so they can rejoin rallies, but also having all these people available to keep joining rallies and keep dropping alliance, joining back, dropping alliance, joining back, and rejoining rallies every single time. Another cool thing that we saw happen here, which I unfortunately don't have footage of it, so you might have to take my word for it, but TW at some point sent a full march that was led by an Ethelfled to hit the pass. Now, the moment she started hitting the pass, that pass started taking a lot of damage. Those debuffs are nuts. Now, I'm not necessarily sure you have to hit the pass to make the debuffs work on the pass. I think you could have hit any army on the battlefield that was close enough to the to the pass and it would affect them potentially. But even so, as we had a few disconnects, as we had a little bit of issues while recording, I didn't want to go into simplified graphics, wanted you guys to see the whole thing. But the Ethelfled led march was very, very, very interesting because you could literally see the health bar on the pass go down drastically faster. And the guys on the pass legit seemed worried for a split second because all of a sudden all these marches made it into the closer to the pass, meaning they tried to reinforce the pass, and it was kind of crazy. A few FN marches managed to come and go as things went by, I guess because they have flags. On the other side, they have some people out there and they had to make their way through the pass back. I've never really seen anyone manage to go through a pass just like that. A couple of marches just made it through, but I think the TW guys were so focused on the rally that they didn't care if a few farmers went in and out. Not that big of a deal. So the rally keeps getting reinforced, but this just seems impossible. One last thing to talk about is rally reinforcements, and we're going to talk about it on the next rally. Very important point that you guys should really keep an eye on, because I've noticed this happen more and more, where people send the wrong type of troops to the rally, thinking that fill in the rally is better than not fill in the rally. And when it comes to a rally, that's a huge mistake. I'll explain why momentarily. For now, rally is about to go down. Still reinforcements coming in, but it's just too much. Now the name of the game in here is simple. Did the rally do enough damage to justify another rally? If the losses are pretty even, it's worth another hit. If the losses are massively in their favor, it's probably not worth another hit. And if they're massively in your favor, what are you waiting for? Keep grinding them down. And so, in a moment, this rally is gonna, as we slow things back up, this rally is gonna realize that reinforcements are too far out. Health bar is too low. Usually you do not want to let rally do that. You really want to break the rally before you hit the less than half level of HP, so that you do the most amount of damage possible and you don't take that many losses. If these guys held all the way to almost the end, I can guarantee to you that a decent chunk of the losses we're about to see are going to come from those last few moments. And so pass is here. What is missing? One big thing. We have to see the report. But before we see the report, I specifically wanted you guys to see how much presence FN had here and the presence of mind of the guys in TW to not do anything. And look at this guy just trying to sneak in, trying to cause some damage, hit this one march, maybe make his way back to wherever they're fighting out there. Just made his way through. A little bit of a test right there. Here comes the report. Okay, well, it was definitely okay. It wasn't a bad hit. They did take a little bit more losses, which they could have mitigated if they didn't have a whole rally go down the window. Out the window, really. You can see a little bit of the folks who participate in here. Plenty of tier 5s. Not crazy amounts. Not crazy. This is not like 90% tier 5s. But decent amounts that those tier 5s did plenty of damage. So these are the folks right here showing you it. I was a bit weirded out by the fact that there is so many, like all these different types of troops were being sent. I don't really, I think this is a new meta. It's a thing where like send a little bit of everything and it'll help hold just a little bit longer, some shape or form. I really don't know. It looks weird. It looks interesting. I dig it. Maybe what they did is instead of having multiple reports of the same guy inside the building, they just consolidated everything. And so what you're seeing here is everything. I don't know. This could be a new meta. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know if this is something you guys are aware of. You guys know what this is. I like it. Everybody's been doing it. I think it's cool. It kind of reminds me of the thought of if you have every single type of troop and a few tiers, tier 4s and tier 5s, the likelihood of a one-sided rally on the other side hitting you, like a one-type troop hitting you hard, could potentially be mitigated. And so this might be it. This might be just to be able to hold on just a little bit longer in case of need for more people to make it in with a correct set of troops. But with that being said, the scrolling was quite long and eventually we hit the bottom. You can see 2,000 troops strong in that thing still. I guess 355k left. That's so painful. That is so painful. Going down below the 1 million left is really, really, really hurting the side, that the rally side. Even if you're close to winning, if you're really close to winning and you could win it, then maybe, but going down below the half is not necessarily the best idea. I'll show you guys a little bit of the troop buffs in a moment. Bam. And so infantry was the only thing that the freaking pass had. All the others, the rally was way ahead. But one important thing, the rally doesn't have an expertise Disong. So a little bit of a shame, but I'm sure he's going to get an expertise sooner rather than later. I think it's missing only the 1 level. This was rally number 2 that I wanted to show you guys. Now, again, I want to show you the presence of by FN because they did something here really cool, which you'll see in a bit. Now, let's talk about reinforcing a rally. Right now, that rally is a one type of troop rally. It is an archer's rally. Now, the more people come in and try to reinforce this rally, it's understandable that you run out of archers. But at the same time, there are situations where if you send the wrong type of troop, you're not only hurting the rally, you're actually causing yourself more damage than you should get. What do I mean by that? I'll give you a very good example of Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan skills primarily rely on the fact that you're sending a full cavalry march. All that's needed in your rally is 1 archer, and his skills are very, 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 very much debuffed, like nerfed, because there's an archer in there. And so you have to have the presence of mind and the leadership to let you know what type of troops you're sending into the rally, and you have to make sure with the rally leader that it's okay to send anything, or what does he want. The thing about that is, again, a rally leader needs to understand that not everybody has tons of the one troop. And so I understand that you want to help your rally in any shape or form. And in this case, you can see slowly and steadily the rally turning from cavalry, from archers only to archers infantry, and so forth and so on. And there's even a little bit of sieges in there at this time. It can be a thing where a rally evolves, right? A long enough rally that starts archers only, and then you are asked to reinforce with cavalry only, so that eventually the archers die off and it becomes a cavalry rally, even though there are commanders that are not cavalry. That is a thing that does happen. But you should know which commanders are being sent to the rally, and how these commanders, the types of troops you send, will affect those commanders and the way those commanders work on the battlefield. Very, very important stuff. This rally right here is one that I think they noticed much earlier that, you know, perhaps this is not meant to be. I believe that they canceled this rally. They will momentarily cancel this rally, if I'm not mistaken. At one point, FN rallied the rally. You can see right there the rally coming in to rally the rally. You can see the FN sigil just crossing the pass and about to go and start hitting this rally hard. A little bit of a lag here told me we disconnected, and then all of a sudden, bam, it came back. So cool beans. Look at TW's rally getting chunked quickly. There's a counter rally, and now there is the pass as well. Terrible business, and these guys are just taunting at this point. Now, let's take a look at the report as this rally is winding down, and hopefully, if I'm not mistaken, TW canceled this one out. Good job. I think maybe a bit too late, but still. Here's another one of these reports. Crazy work by FN to rejoin the freaking the freaking pass and continually reinforce it and be there and hold on to it. We see a little bit of extra hits and severely wounded across the board. These are all tier 4s, but then we found the juicy juice. It's a decently even situation. This time they canceled the rally a bit earlier. You can see also now the rally is in the defense are pretty much the same commanders, but difference in stats right there. Troop buffs. Again, we're seeing these folks defending with a whole heck of a lot, while the folks in the rally going crazy with anything they got. But unfortunately, these rallies kept going on for a little while, and eventually they stopped. And eventually the EW fort came up and about, and those poor purple guys, not poor, they fought well, but the purple guys Got slowly and steadily pushed back as the yellow started spreading across that bottom zone 6. I haven't been there in a day or two. This was recorded, I think, like 2 or 3 days ago. I haven't been there since, but the little bit that I did see was that the yellow pushed in hard. Before I go, quick little thing. FN realized at some point, listen, these guys have almost nothing in here, and we're a bunch of us. Let's push in. Let's clear this area out and make it much harder for TW to rally us now that we will hold the area outside the pass, but on their side. So now on top of them having to get to the pass with a rally, they're going to have to clear all of us out, or else we're just going to solo hit on the battlefield at rally. Everybody gets severely wounded, but the rally never gets to the pass, and if it does, it gets very weakened. And so good play, in my opinion, by FN. They did get pushed back, and once more the rallies continued, but you know how it ended. Anyway, I'm Gekko. I'm out of here. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, if you found it informative, if you liked it, hit a like on the video. That does help me out quite a bit and lets me know that you guys enjoy the content. If you're not subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button, turn on the bell. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Discord, all in the description down below. We're at 71 followers on Instagram, which is actually crazy. Come follow me, link in the description down below. I post pictures as much as I can. I'll see you guys sooner rather than later. Thank you guys very much for all your continued support. Thank you for being awesome. We're going to be streaming tomorrow, Wednesday, like we always do, 4 p.m. UTC. We're in Lost Kingdom 101, and we're going to talk about Lost Kingdom and a little bit of things in there. Hope to see you there too. You have a great rest of your weekend, day, afternoon, whatever time it is you're watching this video. Take care. Peace.